Hello guys, welcome back to Tactical Trafford, and today's video I want to talk about the Manchester United transfer window. Definitely the transfer window is heating up and there has been a lot of names coming up for Manchester United, and so we are definitely going to be running through that. But before that, I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Trafford, as we'll be bringing more videos here on Tactical Trafford about the Manchester United transfer, about player analysis. So I want you guys to subscribe to Tactical Trafford, turn on your notification, and be rest assured that we are going to be sharing a lot of transfer news here on Tactical Trafford. So without wasting much time, we are definitely going to be starting with some names. And the first name I want to be starting with is Ederson from Atlanta, because of course we already know that Manchester United has been speaking to a lot of agents concerning a lot of players, Ederson included, lots of midfielders, Ederson, Sandro Tonali, and the rest of them. But definitely the news for Ederson definitely broke out this week, and it was a very strong news because it was released by Fabrizio Romano, and he said that we have spoken to his agents and we all know that he's worth 45 million euros and all that. But definitely let's talk about Ederson as a player, because I have done an analysis on Ederson, the kind of player he is. So definitely if you have not watched our video on the analysis of Ederson, I want you guys to go back and watch that Ederson video. But here we are strictly going to be talking about transfers and probably what the player can offer for Manchester United. So if you're looking at Ederson, do you feel Ederson should be the first choice, second choice, or third choice midfielder for Manchester United? Because if you look at Ederson, he's below the ranks when you compare him to other midfield targets like Elliott, like Bruno Guimaraes, like Carlos Baleba, like Matheus Fernandes. He's below the list, and he's somebody that I would not really want to go for this summer, because of course we need to get a lot of players from the Premier League. Manchester United have been able to sign lots of players from outside the league, particularly the midfield position, and I feel personally, for me, in my opinion, just three have succeeded, which is Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, and Andre Herrera. Every other midfielder we have signed outside of the Premier League since Alex Ferguson left Manchester United have really not performed. So getting a player like Ederson from Atlanta is not something that I really want, because I've watched him, I've watched the kind of player he is, and even when I made the video on Ederson, I actually said that he's going to be good as a third choice midfielder and not as a first or second choice. But even as a third choice, it is still a risk, and it is still something that we really need to talk about. And it has been said that Wilcox is a big admirer, and I personally don't agree with the judgments of Wilcox when it comes to players. I believe more on Christopher Vivio. So this is definitely the person I believe when it comes to signing players for Manchester United. So in terms of the Ederson transfer, I will not really read much into it until probably a bid is being made. Then I will know that yes, Manchester United is serious about this Ederson guy. But definitely he's not somebody that I'll be looking to be signing for Manchester United. I would advise, if we're getting three midfielders, all should be from the Premier League. Also, going over to Lewis Hall, I'm definitely going to be making a video on Lewis Hall either by the end of this week or by early next week. I'll be making a video about the player characteristics of Lewis Hall. But before then, let's talk about Lewis Hall generally as a player. He's a very good player. He's press resistant. He can build up from the back. He can overlap. He can help Matheus Fernandes or whoever is going to be the winger next season. So in terms of being a left back for Manchester United for the next 2, 3 to 5, 10 years, he's definitely going to be that player. He still has a lot of years to go, but he's a very exciting player. He's a very wonderful prospect. So Manchester United have spoken to the agents of Lewis Hall, and I don't think Newcastle is going to let him go, because I feel that if it has gotten to the point whereby your agents are talking to other clubs concerning you and it is being made open, that means that you are indeed open to leaving the club. But the question we need to ask when it comes to Lewis Hall is that, is Newcastle ready to let him go? But in terms of getting an ideal left back for Manchester United this season, Lewis Hall is definitely going to be the player. So let's also go over to Alex Scott, because the news also broke out that Manchester United have spoken to the agents of both Alex Scott and Tyler Adams from Bournemouth. So of course you know that Tyler Adams and Alex Scott has been one of the players that has transformed Bournemouth. They have been one of the players that have, helped Andoni Schreiola's, tenure at Bournemouth, and he's somebody that I really like in terms of how he controls the midfield, how he plays. One of the midfielders I like so much is Alex Scott, because he has a very good footwork. I've watched him lots of times in the Premier League. He's this player that has a very wonderful footwork. He's very good in line breaking passes. He's good in long passes. He's good in through balls. He's good in controlling the midfield. He's a little bit press resistant. He can play with his path to go. And if you also want me to make a video on Alex Scott, I want you guys to drop your thoughts on the comment down below. But getting an escort, of course, I'll be in favor of getting an escort because I know that he's not going to be really, really expensive, but he's going to, yield a lot of outputs. I don't really know much about Tyler Adams. I know that he's a pretty decent player, but that's it. I don't really know much about Tyler Adams. And also, there are also news that broke out that Manchester United are also interested in Rafael Leo, but I just feel it is just basically we have just spoken to his agent and nothing serious and just proper, checking up and normal due diligence that our board is trying to do. And I feel that any news coming out right now is just agents and the media trying to put stuff in the head of football fans. I feel we are really going to know the players we are interested in by the time it is June and July, or probably when the World Cup ends. That is when you're going to know the players that Manchester United are truly interested in. And also, finally, let's actually talk about who Manchester United should be getting ideally in the midfield. And I've always tried to be repetitive here on Old Trafford. I've always tried to repeat my words. Manchester United, when it comes to getting the midfielder, should get 3 midfielders, and they should all be Premier League proven. I don't care who the player is or how well he has been playing in his league. I feel that if we want to transform Manchester United, if the Ineos are really interested in changing the course of Manchester United, they need to buy 3 Premier League proven midfielders. And then probably if you want to get other wings from other league, it is okay. But we need to get 3 Premier League proven midfielders. And also the news came out from the Athletic that Manchester United are actually talking to all the agents of players so that when we want to move for them, it is easy for us to move for them. That is why I said earlier that Manchester United, majority of the news coming out that Manchester United are interested in some players. It is basically their agents putting stuff out or media putting stuff out. I just feel Manchester United are doing their normal due diligence, speaking to agents of players and seeing who is going to best fit the profile of the club. But when you're really going to see the main interest is definitely by June. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section on the players you feel Manchester United is going to sign next summer. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Old Trafford. See you guys in my next video.